Have you got some of these in your wallet? Be careful. I hear those evil credit card companies want to rip us off. But don't worry. Government says it will stop credit card abuse. That's promise gone wrong number 5.
Enough's enough. It's time for strong, reliable protections for our consumers.
Protection. Finally. Congress passed the Card Act and a new bureaucracy that will stop credit card companies from unfairly penalizing you. And it won't threaten the credit business.
Unless your business model depends on cutting corners or bilking your customers, you've got nothing to fear from reform.
Yes, you do, say economists like Todd Zwicky. Once credit card companies couldn't penalize late payers.
They simply raised interest rates across the board for everybody.
Credit card interest rose from 13% to nearly 15%. Mortgage rates actually dropped a little. So did Treasury bill rates. But credit card interest went up. Also, banks stopped offering credit to some people. J.P. Morgan Chase cut off 15% of its customers.
Hundreds of thousands of people can't get cards who used to be able to have cards, and all the rest of us now have to pay more for credit.
Maybe they're better off not having credit because they couldn't handle it.
Just to say that they don't have a credit card doesn't mean that they don't have credit.
They'll just go to more expensive places.
You're going to go to the local payday lender or the local pawn shop to get the money that you need.
And really get ripped off.
And how much did you want to loan today?
Payday lenders are businesses that make small, short-term loans, often just till payday.
A bill came in and it was a little higher than I anticipated.
I borrowed $250. That was good for me.
But the annual interest, this place posted clearly 521%. Some places charge more.
800% interest is legal?
Maybe not once consumer protectors get Congress to ban those abusive payday loans. But what elites call abuse, some consumers call a way out.
I know people say predatory lending, blah, 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 high interest rate. But if you have an emergency.
For many people, payday lenders are the only way they can avoid missing a bill payment.
It's not just a matter sometimes of saving money. It's a matter of saving yourself grief.
Why don't they get a credit card? Oh, I forgot. These men made that tougher.
Every time I apply, they turn me down.
People who have limited choices when it comes to credit are not likely to have their situations improved by taking away some of those limited options that they have.
The political class promised to fix credit card penalties, but the penalties equal less than 7% of banks' earnings. Banks make much more charging interest. Politicians say they rip us off there too. If they could get away with charging you 100% interest, they would.
Certainly they would. The problem is they can't. This is one of the most competitive markets in America. I've got 4 credit cards in my wallet. As I sit here talking to you, my credit cards are competing for my business. If one credit card tries to rip me off or charge me too much, or even if they don't talk to me nice on the phone, I'll switch to another credit card.
And caps on rates have unintended effects. Arkansas once capped interest at 10%.
Very few people could get a credit card in Arkansas as a result. Arkansas is also known as the pawn shop capital of America.
Pawn shop interest is often 250%.
In the 1960s, the second biggest revenue source of organized crime was illegal lending. Is that the world we want to go back to, where we get rid of payday lending and we're so morally outraged that we're going to put people in the hands of the leg breakers and the loan sharks? They charged an interest rate that was well over 1,000%, and their collection techniques are a lot tougher than your local pawn shops.